After watching this frame between Ronnie O'Sullivan and Rhiannon Evans, you'll understand why the gap between male and female players can look so brutal in snooker. When the queen of women's snooker, Rhiannon Evans, stepped up in front of Ronnie O'Sullivan, a lot of people thought this would at least be a competitive battle. After all, she had 10 women's world titles in her hands. On any women's stage, she was an absolutely dominant figure. But the problem was, this time, she was facing one of the most terrifying attacking machines in snooker history. Right from the start, Evans clearly didn't want to play it safe. She wanted to prove herself, so she went for a full confidence long pot attack. Unfortunately, the ball did not go in. Even worse, the cue ball stopped in an almost perfect attacking position. The moment O'Sullivan walked to the table, a lot of people in the arena probably already realized something serious was about to happen in this frame. After knocking in the first red, the cue ball landed perfectly on the black. Then it was another red, then another black, red, then black, machine-like precision. The whole sequence was unbelievably smooth, with no pause and no hesitation at all. Anyone familiar with O'Sullivan knew that from this moment on, he had started taking over the entire table with the rhythm he knows best. And that rhythm is exactly the kind that makes opponents feel hopeless. The rhythm of a 147. Rhiannon Evans was sitting right there watching, but she could not find a single chance to break his flow. A lot of the time, it's not that O'Sullivan can't make a 147, it's that he doesn't even bother finishing one. The reason is simple. The bonus offered by the organizers usually isn't high enough, but this time, the prize clearly made him interested enough. When you play against the Rocket, the scariest part is not losing. It's that you might not even get another chance at the table. When O'Sullivan gets serious, it's honestly terrifying. So many of the shots were taken almost without thinking, like he was just raising the cue and firing. It felt like a program that had already been set. The black was always there, and the rhythm never broke. At that point, this was no longer just a frame. It looked more like an artistic performance from O'Sullivan. And what about Evans? After that opening miss, she was completely reduced to a VIP spectator. The highest level of women's snooker ended up becoming the backdrop for O'Sullivan's 147 masterpiece. She was not only overwhelmed on the table, her confidence also took a massive hit, because once O'Sullivan gets locked in, he really shows no mercy. As the score kept climbing, the atmosphere in the arena was completely set on fire. Red and black kept disappearing one after another. And by the time only a few colors were left on the table, O'Sullivan looked as relaxed, as if he was putting on a show. The moment the final black dropped, a perfect 147 was born. O'Sullivan just gave a calm little smile, then turned around and shook Evans' hand. And Evans could only shake her head helplessly, because in this frame, she did not lose to bad luck. And she did not lose because of one or two bad choices. She lost to the ceiling of a completely different level.